Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the West Coast, where today we're at the shop for some reason. Because we gotta pick this thing up. This, if my voice wants to come back. Oh boy. Yesterday's stream is still at me and it's, what, 10 o'clock at night. This is the Abbey manure tank. Originally by NA modding, found within a different mod by Pedro chaps who took it out and made me an Abbey tank, because I wanted an Abbey tank. Hopefully NI modding or Peter J or somebody, you know, who can do this will bring, somebody all actually will bring full-on proper Abbey tanks to FS17. Does this tilt over when I'm turning? Yeah, Dave, that was not a good idea. Does this tilt when I'm turning? Yes, it does. Fantastic. Brilliant. So what I want to do today is a bit of slurry work, because we should have, 100,000 litres of slurry in the BGA here. Well, it's digestate, but it'll count. Oh my god, that's loud! And we got a couple of fields that we can throw some muck down on and fertilize up real quick and real delicious. Well, maybe not delicious, probably wouldn't taste very well, but we can spread digestate on them for sure. That is really loud. I'm gonna have to maybe go into XMLs and tweak that downwards a bit, but I know there are some planned upgrades to this thing, some of which you guys might be quite happy about. Well, I don't know, you'll probably be quite angry about, actually, because much like anything Pedro does, I don't think he's planning on releasing it. But I've got an Abbey tank and la 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 la. So we're gonna head over to field whatever over here. Literally, and a field over here. And maybe not try and not get the tank flying in the air again. Actually, we could do field 14 up there, couldn't we? Is it whatever field it is up there that we were moving the bales out of in the stream? We can spread some beautiful digestate from the BGA completely for free, that we already got paid for, on that field over there. Although technically we could also do it on this field. The one over here is bigger, and I trust my abilities more on a bigger field, because that way there will definitely be enough time to get a video out of it. Cynical! So away we go, spreading the... This is spreading, yes? Yes it is. Spreading the digestate on the field. And the working width seems a bit larger than the particle system. I don't know if Pedro's aware of this. He probably is, I would hope. I'll have a shout at him later. For anybody who thinks that I'm joking when I say shout, I do legitimately, if I've got a complaint, type it in all caps, because hey, why not? Also, I probably will have to do some sound editing to this video, because the yeah, this is quite loud. The Abbey is, let's just say it's very eager to be heard. Also, I just realized I could have driven straight through field 17 to get here. So this is a quite nice run down to the BGA and back for the digestate. And we can get this field ready to be cultivated in hopefully not too long of a time period. If we do need more slurry and digestate and whatever, then we have digestate available. We can, in theory, start running to and from the cows and pigs and get actual real slurry from there. Because this is only going to last for so long, and I forgot to check what the level was in liters because I'm smart. I think it's 11,000 liters. By the way, this tank, number one is real, the Abbey 2000R is real. It is using the old Abbey logo. The new one's a bit more shiny, although I do prefer this one. And, yeah, it holds 2,000 gallons, which is about 2,000... 10,000 litres, 10 or 11,000 litres, probably a bit over that. We'll find out when we fill it up again. You guys probably know already, especially those of you who have just come back from rewinding the video, to check what the capacity actually is, so that you can put it in the comments and seem really smart. And somebody's listening to, like, opera or something downstairs. Interesting. So let's get this back over to the BGA. The tires appear to be sinking into the ground slightly. I don't think this agrees with the ground mod too much. I know that the there will be requests for me to use the hoses. I do plan on using the hoses. Although, to use the hoses, I do need to disable the ground modification, because that apparently has a conflict with the hoses, which is a bit annoying and silly and stupid and shouldn't have happened. But hey, if modders don't want to cater to effectively default giant mods, then that's on them, I suppose. Eh? So, oh my, I keep forgetting how loud this is. So we'll find out how much digested this holds. 20% is 22,000 litres. Is that like only 8,000 litres? No. 12,000-ish? 11,800 or something like that, is it? 88... So 10,000 has been passed. 11,000 litres exactly. That might be right for 2,000 gallons, in fact. So for those of you who maybe don't know why I've got such an infatuation with Abbey tanks... Is the fill plane working? It is not. It's a bit of a shame. Understandable, but a bit of a shame. For those of you that might be wondering why I've got such an infatuation with Abbey tanks, it's very simple. Abbey machinery is based in County Tipperary. In fact, it's based... about, not too far from my house, about 3/4 of an hour's drive away, maybe a bit less. And it's something that I see quite often on the roads, because people are going to support their local businesses, especially farmers. And hey, there's a lot of Abbey tanks as a direct result in my area. Yeah, I'm used to seeing the orange on the road. Maybe not this bright of an orange. It's usually a bit darker, a bit more, well, a bit more brown, a lot more brown, and quite smelly. Where did I finish up over here? Oh, I nearly did the full headland. There we go. Spreading at high speed to begin with. And for those of you that might be saying, hey, you don't do splash plate spreading anymore. Yeah, you do in Ireland. In fact, most of the slurry spreaders I've ever seen have had splash plates on the back. And still do, for that matter. So, for those of you who are in maybe parts of the UK where it's banned or something, or in countries where it's banned, then you'll be saying, hey, that's not allowed, you don't do that. Yes, you do. I'm doing this the Irish way. I'm doing this the way that I see it. And having a 4,000 on the front of this may be overkill, but in fact, do I want to swap to the... Yeah, we'll swap vehicles on the front of this, just to keep it a bit more Irish. I have an idea. Where did I put it? Where is the... Not you, 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 not you. You'd probably pull up. No, yes, you. You are over the cows. Let's just teleport you down into field here. There we go. And we will use the Zeta crystal to pull the Abbey tanker. It should work in theory. In practice, I'm not so sure. This is something that, well, because this is the first time I've tried even this tanker, I genuinely don't know if this is going to work. It is going to work. Fantastic. So now we've got a real kind of an Irish setup with a hoop-de-old tractor pulling an Abbey tanker. Why am I surprised this would work? This Zeta is quite powerful. It's got like 150 horse. Yeah, shouldn't have been surprised. But I am kind of surprised at how far this digestate is kind of going. Do I have thingy installed? I don't know. I think I've got various spreading width installed, but I can't remember the controls for it. Then again, I think if it's activated, it should have something in the F1 menu. So maybe I don't have it activated. Either way, I'm confused, which is always fantastic. So I suppose I should say thank you guys for making yesterday's stream absolutely insane. There were just so many people in there, and I do apologize that I couldn't, keep up with every message and had to kind of clamp down on some things that I usually wouldn't, like the repeated questions about the server and downloads for PS4 and whatnot. That was honestly getting to me, and yeah, I think if I stream West Coast again at some point this week, it will likely end up with me having the same kind of rules set wrong way, Dave. Where if there's still issues with PS4 downloads, which I hope there are not, I will actually be asking the mods to just time people out who are asking about them, and I can apologize later. It's much better to ask for, much easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Which it does suck for people on PS4 and on consoles, and I do appreciate that. It's not my fault. It's not BulletBill's fault. It's not Simulate's fault. It's not Landy's fault. Please stop annoying all of us about this. If you want to annoy somebody, annoy Giants, because I mean, it's their servers. They're the ones that are actually in control of all this situation, and annoying YouTubers will just end up with you getting blocked from that YouTuber's channel, and that YouTuber not wanting to make videos or talk about stuff coming to console. Which is why console's in the blacklist of myself and Landy. People bothering us constantly about consoles is what did it. And it's ruining the game. Ruining our enjoyment of it. And there are times where I record videos just because I know it'll make money. I know it'll get views. I know it'll make money. I know that I can justify it. And there are times when I know that I don't want to look at the comments on a video. When I put out a video like probably this one, I'll look at a few comments and kind of honestly ignore quite a few as well. Because, YouTube is for my enjoyment. It is technically a job, yes, but I'm supposed to enjoy this as well. And there are times when I don't, because having to answer the same 3 questions from 73 people, or 114 people, or however many people, gets annoying, and it grates on you. And having to deal with people whining and complaining, I know that's what I'm doing right now, so just bear with me. And having to deal with people whining and complaining constantly is just, it just grates on my patience. So for those of you who were asking genuine questions about console in yesterday's stream and found yourself in timeout for 5 minutes, that's why. If you got to that point, and if you asked near the end you got timed out, I apologize. It was just that I had lost my patience with those exact questions. And and I took the action that was needed to keep the stream going in a good manner, which was just to tell the mods to time people out immediately. You know, it's never anything personal. It's not even anything against the console community. For the most part, there's a minority that, yes, it is very much against them. That's the people that are constantly begging and whining and complaining and using false justifications because I can't afford a PC. You can't say that because you're rich. I can't afford a PC. If you can afford a console, you can afford a PC that can play Farm Sim. I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't accept that quasi-argument because it's just not the case. A PC that can play Farm Sim will put you back about as much as a good console will. And it'll probably last longer than the console too. And you can do all your work on it. You can do all your school work and college work and work on a PC or a laptop. And still play Farm Sim on it. Instead of having two separate devices to do two different things. You could do both things on one device. And save yourself money in the long term, because Steam sales are a thing. And you can play games like Gold Rush and Car Mechanic and what else on PC? Euro Truck, ATS. They're all on PC, only at the moment. Sure, Car Mechanic's apparently coming to consoles eventually, as is Gold Rush, but right now they're PC exclusives. I don't see why you'd want to not play them. ETS and ATS, they can't go to consoles. They literally can't. There's too many controls for any controller that would be on a console to handle. Hell, even my G27, which has more controls than a standard PlayStation or Xbox controller, it doesn't have the number of controls required for ETS. I've got my core controls bound up to the wheel and stuff, but there's some stuff that I legitimately have to reach around the wheel, reach over and get the keyboard and be like, okay, I need to do this now, thank you. And you can't do that on a console. In any case, back to the Abbey. This isn't perfect, it's far from it. I think Pedro knows that. There are some texture issues with it. Again, Pedro's aware. I believe he's got somebody working on it. I'm not going to name names so that they don't get harassed. Pedro's big and stupid enough to deal with the issues himself. But the person who's helping with it is going to be helping to sort the texture issues. And then hopefully it'll get a good dirt skin. Maybe like a slight better look with like, everything working properly. Maybe, perhaps. And I think Pedro wants to get a certain host script working as well if he can, which would be incredibly nice and annoy everybody, including myself. I do have that host mod downloaded, by the way. I'm not just doing this because I don't, you know, I want to do slurry and don't want to use the host mod. I actually do plan on using the host mod. I just thought I'd show something different off today, in the form of this thing, because I've not seen anybody with a decent, because this isn't perfect, a decent Abbey manure tanker yet. I did also, while loading in, find a quite major issue with Pedro's 4000. That means that I've had to swap tethers out, so I have used some creative fiddling of monies to swap tethers and get this. I had to cheat to get this, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll be making buttloads of money off the everything soon, actually. There is a harvest that needs to be done. We'll be working on that during the week as well, and this field will be done soon, I promise. There is actually one thing that I need to record that I need this field for That's why you're seeing it in a state of like being half done and half not, and just being messy in general. I need to record something on that field, and I just haven't been able to make the time yet. But I did, which is why it's half done. I made the time to record it, and then it derped, and I needed to not derp for it to make a good video, so I kind of had to, yeah, just give up and... Truly, I am a moron because I have gone to the wrong line. Bye-bye a bit that needs to be done next. Also, bye-bye any semblance of me getting this done in a reasonably straight-liney manner. Because I'm, well, an efficient manner, because this is just going to be straight line now, and we'll see what happens when I need to do the next pass. Hopefully it's a relative... Oh, there's... Yeah, it curves up there, doesn't it? Yeah, it curves up. Oh, well, we're straight lining this. This should be more efficient because reasons of yes. And why is there a giant V in the texture work of the field? Is that like what's been fertilized and what's not? I think that's what's been fertilized and what's not. That's definitely interesting. I'm not entirely sure. It might also be tiling of the distance textures. Like it's likely tiling of the distance textures because they can be a bit wonky and weird and wonderful because giants. In fact, generally speaking, you've got an issue with the game. It's usually something. If it's something that happens on every map, it's usually an issue being caused by giants. Like that time where there was an issue where occasionally, if you looked at specific angles on certain maps, you would just see grass in every field, no matter what was actually in the field. That was a giant's issue, a known bug with the game. The same with literally every bucket, that they never actually fill to 100%. That's a known bug with the game that hopefully will be fixed in the next couple of weeks. With the update that I believe is coming out roughly around the same time as Platinum. There's usually... Well, Giants have openly admitted there is an update coming in that time frame, but they've not said when. I presume it'll drop like just before Platinum releases. Unless it's not necessary for the game to update completely for the media partners, who will probably get it early, to do videos on it. So that would mean like Daggerwin and people like that. They'd need to do videos on it if Giants gave them early access, which I don't see. I don't see why they wouldn't. Quite honestly. Because the game kind of needs a kick in the pants right now because nobody's really playing at the moment. Although views have gone drastically up over the last few days. I wonder why. Also, if you're wondering how I got the windrows on this field so big, I just used the big M. I just used the big M because I wanted it done quickly and not like series correct. And the reason that I'm using this map, the Let's Play map, as the capture map for the mod reviews, I don't know, it kind of felt like it fit in a way that's very rough and ready. But not. The field was going to need to get done anyway, and I figured I might as well get it done on camera in a way that's different than get it done on camera in a very long drawn out way that takes like 5 episodes. Although now I've got the truck and the giant tipper, it might be a bit faster to do the on camera, but taking a while way. Because that truck can hold 60,000 litres, and I think there's only about 100,000 litres actually in the silage pit there. In fact, how much is in this silage pit? 113, yeah, basically 2 truckloads. Yeah, if I was using the truck, it'd make things a lot faster. Might use the truck for silage moving forwards. With the lily, because I like the lily. Lily is bae. In all seriousness though, I'm not just saying that, I do genuinely like the lily. People who've been here for a while will know that I have been saying and clamoring for months to have a good trail grass forager. And then the Massey Pack came out and I said, oh, this is okay, but it doesn't really... It doesn't fill the trailers properly, so it's kind of a waste having it and not having it work correctly, isn't it? And I kind of, as a result, didn't like the Massey so much. And now we have the Lely, which fills trailers correctly and functions and looks and sounds pretty good while doing it. So, can I complain? Nope. How far did I miss this up? I missed this up by quite a lot, didn't I? Oh, quite a distance I missed on that pass, but it's fine because I feel justified in doing it because this pass is going to end up being almost as long. And it would have been kind of silly to just drive straight up here and then just realized, how fast can I spread this at? 14, 15. Okay, I was wondering if I was wasting slurry. In reality, you're probably going, slow us down, 10 kilometers an hour while spreading slurry. Maybe a bit slower. Because you want to get good coverage everywhere, especially with splash plate. And it looks like my estimate of what field to do to get a good video out of it was correct. Because we are very, very nearly finished the field, and we are very, very nearly out of time for today. I think I am good at guesswork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get set up for a thumbnail here. Because yes, this is how I take thumbnails. And I will bid you guys farewell by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on the west coast with an Abbey manure tank, or an Abbey slurry tank, because, of course. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.